Good morning. It is December 15th, and you are watching the Kaiser Report. Coming to you live today with very little to talk about other than looking forward to the holidays. As far as our government is concerned and what's going on there, I told you yesterday about Hunter's decision not to speak to Congress or the committees in charge of trying to find out what his involvement was in all of this. Other than that, we have some nonsense going on with getting more funding for the Ukraine and being involved in the Ukraine after it was promised them back in long ago that we would not increase NATO by 1 inch to the east, and now they want to change all that. They've stepped on treaties in the past. Just ask the Native Americans here in this country how good treaties are with the bureaucrats in our government. Anyway, it's a beautiful day out there, cold, very seasonable, and people are going to be out and about shopping again today and through the weekend, I'm almost sure. If you haven't got your shopping in, perhaps today is today to do it, or tomorrow. And keep in mind that there are some stores that are offering good deals right now for Christmas gifts. Dollar General is one. All the dollar stores are worth looking into. The large big box stores do have some deals, so, visit, look, and see what your budget can survive. Along with that, food prices are kind of through the roof. They're up 30% in some cases. Beef prices are through the roof. We're fortunate here to have a great butcher shop that's located fairly close to our home, and very high quality blonde Aquitaine beef, which is very, very tender. You can cut it with your eyes. And I'll be doing a standing rib roast for Christmas this year for the family. So take a look at your local butcher shops. You might pay a couple of pennies more, but it'll be worth it in the quality of what you're getting. Of course, steer clear of the lab-generated fake beef products, because I just don't think that can be real good for you, and I don't believe that it's any cheaper than buying the real thing. I know that there's vegans and vegetarians out there that need this, but I'm not one of them. And just remember, the West was not won by salad eaters. A little humor there for the day. But what else is going on in the world today? Listen to some of the speeches by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. this morning. He's been on Tucker Carlson and making his rounds through the social media, and I think that he's a very smart man. I know some people are turned off because of his throat condition, but even his speech is improving with the treatments he's going through, and he's worth a listen to because he has a lot of information, inside information that the media will never tell you, and of course the sitting administration will never let out what they're up to. Interesting fellow. and again, I'm not standing behind any candidate at this particular point, but it worried me to hear that he still does not have any Secret Service protection, which should have been afforded to him as someone running for presidency. They have for everybody else. 500 and 600 days before the campaign, Obama was covered on his first run. Why they're doing this to him is to keep him out of the fray, because I believe that they may be slightly afraid of him. They certainly are afraid of Mr. Trump. Daily, and I don't have any specifics of what's happened in the last couple of days, but I saw today on X where someone had posted a video that the Supreme Court has taken charge of the indictments at, I guess, Georgia. So that may be on hold for a while, which will give him chance to run in earnest on his own platform. He has some people that are trying to get in close to him, Nikki Haley being one, who's being funded by BlackRock, and from what I understand from some of my Democratic friends, if it becomes a Republican president, they'd like to see her. So what does that tell you? It's again, we'll have a bought politician that has to go along with narratives bespoke to her by her funding people, which is what's wrong right now. We need to open our eyes and look behind the curtain, because there's some nonsense going on back there that it just does not sit right with most people that I speak with. So that means we need to speak up and say something and watch who we vote for and how we vote for them. This country needs to have voter ID for everybody, and we should not be letting newly minted border crashers have any rights in the voting booth. None. But it worries me that they already have been granted that privilege, and it's covered up. I don't know that for a fact, but it's a little odd. But it is the Christmas season, and it is the season to be jolly, and we need to have love in our hearts toward our fellow men and women, and show compassion for our veterans, our legal homeless citizens. Remember the Salvation Army. Remember your veterans. I posted a plea yesterday for Mountain Home VA. I hope you all had an opportunity to see that. And I hope you all have an opportunity to send a pair of socks or one shirt or something there that can help them. Because our own government would sooner help a Ukraine soldier before one of our veterans. And our Congress is just as guilty as that in that aspect as well. Pumping more and more money into the Ukraine situation to benefit what? What's behind that curtain? Quite frankly, I'm tired of hearing about it. We've given them arms, ammunition. We've poked a stick so hard at Putin that it's going to come and get us before long if we let this guy continue to do that. Zelensky goes to Venezuela. God knows what deal he cut for oil down there, what deal he cut for, if he does get exiled, where he's going to live. And then he flies directly here to line his pockets with our taxpayer cash to go home with. Where's the accounting for this? Who is going to tell us exactly where all this money went? It's incredible the amount we've put into this supposed war to date. And what's even more incredible is we have the same nonsense going on in the Middle East, funded by the money that we gave back to Iran. And Iran is still supplying things to shoot at our ships and putting our servicemen and women in harm's way. But we let them get away with it. God knows what China's up to that they're not telling us about, other than running military-age people through the border, our southern border. The veteran crisis here is staggering, but the only way we're going to get them help, as I said yesterday, is to bus them all down to Mexico and let them come through the southern border. Then they'll get what they need, the care they need, the things they need, maybe even a hotel room in a nice hotel like some of them are getting. Or they could live in a park in Chicago. It's a terrible time of year for these things to be happening. And then our Congress will shut down and go home for the Christmas holiday. I don't know what we'll accomplish. They're talking about an impeachment being approved by the House. I don't know where that's at. Nor should we be dealing in these things until some of the problems are cleared up. We cannot keep printing money. Because if the more money that's printed, the worse the inflation becomes. Elections coming up, and we all need to take a good, hard look at what we have running in all of the ballot. And that includes the down ballot, which is your senators and congresspeople. If they're not doing the job you put them there to do, don't put them back. They're not going to do it on a second and third, and some cases sixth term. They're in it for whatever reasons they have to be in it, other than making a lot of money while they're in their term. And health care and pay for the rest of their life. I would love to have a job where when I leave the job and retire from it, I continue to get a paycheck and all the health care that me and my family should have. But they're kind enough to leave us with Obamacare, while they have the premier coverages that anyone can have for their health care providers. Well, that's a pretty much sums up the day, the 15th of December, 2023. We're looking forward to the holiday and the new year. Hope you are too. it won't be all bad news. There may be some good things coming down the pike that we can talk about in the next few days. I'll be perusing the news channels for the rest of today and give you a report on my take of things tomorrow. And I hope you all can find peace of mind through these holiday festivities. And again, be kind to one another. Do something for someone else that needs it. It'll make you feel good all over. With that, let's see. Holiday movies are coming up. You can find them on YouTube, Netflix, all the movie channels, Prime, Hulu. They're all running them. Watch them. They'll put you in a happy spirit, and hopefully you'll get to enjoy those movies over and over again. I call those the pre-woke Christmas musics and videos. So with that, we're going to trip on out of here. Have a great day.